So I wanted to give you guys some images of the dissections here. Um, that might be helpful. So I'm gonna go over about three to five. I'm pretty sure very quickly. So this is a image of our elbow joint. So this is a right elbow because this is the radius. So this is our humerus. Our radius is on our right side. Our ulna is on our left side, medial. So this is lateral. This is medial. So this is our humerus. This is our radius. This is our ulna. So this is going to be a right elbow. You can see the elbow joint, the joint capsule, and a tendon of biceps brachii. Then if we look at it from the medial side, right, we see the radius and the ulna. Just from we were looking from this side, now we're on the opposite side. You can still see the humerus here and the tendon of biceps brachii. Um, yeah, humerus, ulna, radius. You can see the trochlear notch, right, and you can see the trochlea here, kind of. And you'd have the capitulum and the head of the radius on the other side. That's about it for that dissection. Let's move on to this one here. I like this one because you can see the branches of the brachial artery. So we have brachial artery, right? It splits into the radial artery and the ulnar artery. So I know that this is on the thumb side, this is on the pinky side. So if I know this is on the thumb side, I'm going to be expecting to see the posterior compartment muscles, right? So this would be extensor carpi radialis longus, extensor carpi radialis brevis, brachioradialis is up here, right? We can't really see it too well, but we can also see, right here is pronator teres. It's been cut. We can also see flexor pollicis longus here, flexor digitorum profundus. Remember, superficialis is above it. You can also see flexor carpi ulnaris. It makes sense because this is the ulnar side, this is the radial side, ulnar artery. So we're going to see flexor carpi ulnaris on this side, and flexor carpi radialis, just the more proximal part of the muscle here. Yeah, brachialis we can see, and we can see that's about it. That's everything that we need to know. Um, this other dissection here, right? This one is interesting as well. So, right, this is trying to show us the ulnar artery and nerve. So I can tell that this is the ulnar artery, and then this is the ulnar nerve. Ulnar artery, ulnar nerve. You can kind of see how the artery goes from this like kind of stringy, like bendable structure, and the nerve is kind of just straight. Right, so if I know this is my ulnar side, this has to be my radial side. Right, so this is my radial side. I'm going to find flexor carpi radialis. Right, I'm going to find palmaris longus. Right, so we're still in our anterior compartment. We haven't quite flipped over to our posterior compartment. We see our radial artery here. You see flexor digitorum superficialis. Right. I can see profundus under it, flexor digitorum profundus. This, right. This is the borderline for palmaris longus, all the way down. Right. Flexor carpi radialis. Right. On this side, flexor carpi ulnaris. Right. This is still part of flexor digitorum profundus. this dissection here. Now we have, now we're looking at the posterior forearm, right? When you're looking at these different structures, right, their names to tell you where they're going and what they're doing for the most part. So if I'm looking at all these tendons going to digits 5, 4, 3, 2, I'm looking at all these tendons go to those digits, I can guess that this is extensor digitorum, right? Because you can see that all the tendons are going to these digits, and I can guess that this is going to be extending the wrist and digits 2 through 5, extensor digitorum. Now we have other structures that we don't need to know, so don't worry about those. And then this is the ulnar side, right? And we're on the posterior, so I can guess that this is going to be extensor carpi ulnaris, right? It's on the ulnar side. You can see the tendons going to the pinky, extensor carpi ulnaris. Extensor pollicis longus, I can see that this muscle is going to digit 5, right? It's going in this direction. Extensor pollicis longus, so I can guess it's going to be extending the thumb. Not guess, you know by how the muscle is saying. I'm just guessing because you can't really see the entire picture. But when you look at the structures in lab, you can see how the structure is moving. You can see how the muscle is moving, the direction that it's going in, where the tendons are headed, and you can know what a structure is. Indices and digiti minimi, you don't need to know. Alright. That's it for that dissection. So we did 1, 2, do this one, we just did that one. Okay, so 2 more. Alright, so this dissection was interesting because I couldn't even see flexor pollicis longus, but whatever. Right, so this dissection is trying to show us flexor digitorum profundus, so deep. Profundus means deep. So it's trying to show us flexor digitorum profundus, right, which is deep to superficialis. Flexor digitorum superficialis, right? We can see the ulnar artery here. We can see flexor carpi ulnaris, right? You can see flexor carpi ulnaris. See palmaris longus, right? This muscle here, palmaris longus, right? And you can see flexor carpi radialis. And that's it. Right, this is superficialis, flexor digitorum superficialis. Going to those PIP joints, and then we have profundus going to the DIP joints. That is about it for that dissection. I just thought that one was interesting because you couldn't even see flexor pollicis longus, so I don't know why it says that, but yes, let's move on to the last dissection, which is the palm of the hand. So really, I just want to be able to show you guys, right? Right. So if this muscle flap was down, right, adductor pollicis brevis, opponens pollicis, and there's one other muscle, right, that comprises this, but you guys don't need to know that, of course. I'm pretty sure it's flexor pollicis brevis, whatever it may be. But there's 3 muscles that comprise the thenar muscles, right? So if this flap was down and you were just looking and we pinned on top of this muscle here, you don't have to worry about the name, right? This would be the thenar muscles, right? Thumb, it goes to the thumb, right? It deals with the muscle actions of the thumb. And then we have the hypothenar muscles, which deal with muscle actions for the pinky. You can see the ulnar artery and ulnar nerve, flexor carpi ulnaris, palmaris longus here. Flexor carpi radialis here, flexor digitorum superficialis. Right there is. I just really mainly want to show you guys how the thenar muscles look for this dissection, but that is about it. So hope that helped a little bit with seeing and visualizing things in a different way. And yeah, have a great rest of your week, guys.